There. Yo, 50, what up, man?
Remy Ma right there.
We're on the block right now. Yeah. I'm so funny.
Y'all, nobody in that courtroom was ready for what happened next. This wasn't just another celebrity hearing. This was a controlled detonation, and 50 Cent lit the fuse himself. According to alleged courtroom sources, the moment he stood up, the air shifted. No speeches. No warnings. Just a cold pause, then a screen flickered on. What appeared wasn't evidence the way people expected. It was texts. Personal. Intimate. Time-stamped. And the very first name attached to them sent shockwaves through the room. Remy Ma. Gasps. Frozen faces. Cameras scrambling to catch reactions they weren't even supposed to see. These weren't friendly industry check-ins. These were messages that allegedly traced a secret relationship from day one to the bitter end, late nights, coded language, emotional confessions, and conversations that suggested someone else was always meant to lose. Every line felt deliberate. Every message landed like a slap. And then came the part that reportedly broke the room. A separate folder. One word. Plan. Insiders claim the texts laid out a strategy, how loyalty could be exploited, how public sympathy could be manufactured, how one man's devotion could be turned into a shield while two others played a longer, darker game. Eyes reportedly turned toward Papoose, who sat silent, watching his reality collapse in real time. By the time the final messages appeared, words about silence ending, truth being dragged into the light, it was clear this wasn't damage control. This was revenge. A self-destruct move designed to humiliate, to emotionally wound, and to make sure no one walked away clean. When the gavel finally hit, it didn't restore order. It confirmed the damage was already done. Outside that courtroom, one question exploded across gossip blogs and timelines everywhere. If all of this is allegedly true, was this exposure or was it an execution? Because whatever that was, nothing in this triangle will ever be the same. Buckle up, because what unfolded in that courtroom was nothing short of catastrophic, a perfect storm of betrayal, scandal, and heartbreak that no one saw coming. Y'all, the atmosphere was electric, suffocating, a mix of anticipation and dread. Cameras were rolling, journalists were holding their breath, and the air itself seemed to shiver as 50 Cent stepped up, calm, collected, and with a glint in his eye that promised destruction. This wasn't just a court hearing. This was a public execution of secrets, a meticulously planned emotional demolition that would leave everyone reeling. Allegedly, 50 Cent had been holding onto a trove of texts, messages, and private exchanges for months, building a case far more explosive than anyone imagined. The first screen lit up, revealing messages between him and Remy Ma, texts that allegedly traced a secret, passionate, and forbidden romance from day one, messages that no one was ever supposed to see. First day you walked in. I knew you weren't just another industry friend, one of the messages read. Eyes widened. Gasps erupted. Papoose, sitting across the room, froze like a statue, his face drained of color. Allegedly, he had no idea the woman he trusted, the woman he fought for, was allegedly weaving a web of deception right under his nose. The messages allegedly spanned late-night confessions, coded emojis, hidden meetings, and intimate details that suggested a connection so intense, so secretive, it threatened to rewrite the narrative of loyalty, trust, and love. If he only knew how close we really are. One day, we'll control the whole narrative, one text read. Another allegedly hinted at a plan to manipulate public perception, turning Papoose into an unwitting pawn, a man whose image would be exploited for a darker, hidden agenda. As the messages unfolded, the courtroom reportedly descended into stunned silence. Journalists were scribbling frantically, cameras catching every flicker of emotion. Allegedly, the texts weren't just about romance, they were a meticulously plotted scheme. Every confession, every intimate declaration, served a purpose: to humiliate, to manipulate, and to dominate the emotional battlefield. Allegedly, the story didn't just end there. Allegedly, questions arose instantly. If all of this is true, allegedly, who is really in control? Allegedly, who is the mastermind behind the perfect emotional storm? Allegedly, who benefited while others were crushed? Allegedly, viewers and fans were left with a tragedy of love, trust, and deception, a courtroom drama that blurred the line between reality and scandal. Allegedly, the first part of the saga was only the beginning. Allegedly, this exposure promised to ignite a wildfire of viral gossip, public outrage, and emotional debates, leaving a permanent mark on the lives of everyone involved. Allegedly, every message, every glance, every hidden intent would be analyzed, replayed, and dissected until the public fully understood the scale of the alleged betrayal and scandal. Allegedly, by the time the session ended, nobody in that courtroom would ever look at love, loyalty, or celebrity relationships the same way again. Allegedly, the explosive power of those leaked texts had changed the game forever, and allegedly, the emotional fallout would be felt for years to come. Allegedly, Papoose, Remy Ma, and 50 Cent were forever caught in a triangle of love, secrecy, and destruction. A drama so intense, so shocking, that millions would later call it the most scandalous court exposure of the decade. Allegedly, the entire world was watching, waiting, and gasping, because allegedly, this wasn't just a courtroom drama. Allegedly, this was a tragedy packed with secrets, betrayal, romance, and revenge, and allegedly, nobody was prepared for the shock that was unleashed that day. Allegedly and undeniably, the fallout had only just begun. Allegedly, the courtroom had barely recovered from the first wave of devastation when 50 Cent clicked to the next folder, and the room went completely silent. The screen now displayed private DMs, voice notes, and intimate exchanges that allegedly chronicled the secret love affair between him and Remy Ma, messages that nobody had ever imagined would go public. Allegedly, the text revealed not just flirtation but emotional dependency, late-night confessions, and coded language that suggested a connection so deep and secretive, it was practically a betrayal of everyone watching. "I can't stop thinking about you. He doesn't even know how real this is," one message allegedly read. Another revealed 50 Cent replying, "We've built this world around them, but one day, they'll see the truth too late." Allegedly, each line was crafted to manipulate perception, to emotionally destabilize Papoose, who sat frozen, blinking rapidly, trying to process the alleged extent of the betrayal. Journalists reportedly whispered, cameras zooming on every twitch, every flinch, every moment of tension. Allegedly, the messages span months, detailing not only romance, but calculated moves to control the narrative, influence public opinion, and orchestrate Papooses' humiliation. Each DM allegedly revealed meetings disguised as industry strategy, nights spent in secret, and moments where public loyalty and private desire collided, a scandalous cocktail that left the courtroom visibly shaken. The texts allegedly confirmed that every sympathetic gesture, every public support, every calculated smile from Papoose had been manipulated from behind the scenes. Then came the alleged plan against Papoose. According to insiders, the messages detailed exactly how 50 Cent and Remy Ma intended to use him as a pawn, controlling interviews, leaking selective stories, planting public sympathies, and exploiting his reputation for maximum emotional and public damage. "He's the perfect shield. No one will suspect us," one text allegedly read. "When the storm hits, he'll fall alone, and we'll stay untouchable," another warned. Allegedly, this level of premeditated manipulation left every witness stunned, some reportedly gasping audibly as the supposed plot unfolded on the screen. Allegedly, the romantic content became even more shocking. Messages between 50 Cent and Remy allegedly revealed intense flirtation, secret rendezvous, and emotional dependency. "Every glance he thinks he catches. He doesn't see us," one text allegedly read. "We own this game. He's just a piece on our board," another said. Allegedly, each line, each confession, and each hidden gesture was designed not only to reveal passion, but to maximize humiliation for Papoose once exposed. The courtroom reportedly shook with whispers as journalists documented every word, realizing the magnitude of the alleged scandal. Allegedly, by the second day, the public would have seen a tsunami of drama. Reportedly, texts suggested that Remy Ma and 50 Cent had orchestrated emotional leverage, turning their secret love story into a weapon. Allegedly, Papooses' emotional collapse was inevitable once these messages became public, and the court itself reportedly became a stage for this meticulously calculated emotional and psychological warfare. Then the final alleged bombshell appeared, voice notes between 50 Cent and Remy Ma, capturing the alleged private tones of flirtation, plotting, and unfiltered confession. "If he knew even half, he'd never recover," one note allegedly whispered. "By the end, everything he loves will be turned against him," another warned. Allegedly, the messages didn't just reveal love, they exposed control, manipulation, and deliberate heartbreak, showing that every move had been orchestrated with precision. Allegedly, the courtroom atmosphere reportedly became almost unbearable. Journalists noted that some attendees had to step out to compose themselves. Allegedly, the third day promised even more destruction. Insiders claimed that 50 Cent allegedly had additional folders prepared, evidence of manipulated appearances, coordinated public statements, and emotional triggers designed to fracture Papooses' public image completely. Every leaked text, every intimate confession, and every plotted strategy allegedly combined into a story that was painful, scandalous, and utterly viral-ready. Allegedly, by the time the final gavel fell on part 2, the courtroom had reportedly transformed into a stage for tragedy and public spectacle. Allegedly, the exposure was complete. Secrets, love, betrayal, and manipulation laid bare for the world. Allegedly, Papoose, Remy Ma, and 50 Cent were now locked in a triangle of shocking public scrutiny, emotional warfare, and scandal that would dominate headlines for weeks, and allegedly, nothing would ever be the same again. Allegedly, outside the courtroom, fans, insiders, and journalists reportedly erupted with questions. Who really controlled the narrative? Who was the victim, and who the mastermind? Could any relationship survive this level of betrayal? Allegedly, the answers would unfold slowly, in viral snippets, social media debates, and endless analysis, keeping millions of viewers hooked, horrified, and utterly captivated. Allegedly, and tragically, this was just the beginning. Allegedly, the emotional fallout would continue to ripple through the lives of everyone involved, leaving scars, shocking revelations, and a viral storm of gossip that would dominate the celebrity world for months. Allegedly, every text, every voice note, and every secret meeting now had the power to reshape public perception, destroy reputations, and ignite endless debate, making the saga of 50 Cent, Remy Ma, and Papoose the ultimate courtroom scandal of this decade. Allegedly, the courtroom had barely absorbed the shock of the previous days when the third day erupted into uncontrollable chaos, the kind of chaos that every journalist dreams of capturing, but nobody wishes to witness in person. Allegedly, 50 Cent had one final set of files, messages, and recordings that would allegedly obliterate reputations, expose the deepest secrets, and leave the world in disbelief. This was no longer just a courtroom case. It had become a viral spectacle of love, betrayal, and calculated devastation. Allegedly, the first documents shown were screenshots of direct conversations between Remy Ma and 50 Cent, time-stamped and meticulously organized. Every message allegedly revealed moments of secret passion intertwined with strategy, confessions of desire laced with manipulation. "He'll never see us coming. We've set the stage perfectly," one allegedly read. Another said, "Every time he trusts us, we gain more power, more control," and the courtroom reportedly went silent, the air thick with tension. Allegedly, Papoose's hands trembled, his jaw clenched, and every blink betrayed the magnitude of the emotional assault unfolding in front of him. Allegedly, what followed were voice notes, allegedly capturing unguarded conversations, whispered plans, and intimate admissions. One note allegedly featured 50 Cent allegedly laughing softly as he said, "By the time this is over, everyone will know our truth, and he will fall alone." Another allegedly revealed Remy Ma whispering, "We've built him into a perfect pawn. He doesn't even suspect the depth of our secret." Allegedly, the combined effect of text and audio evidence was apocalyptic, leaving attendees reportedly gasping, some reportedly covering their mouths in disbelief. Allegedly, the third day revealed the full extent of the plan against Papoose. According to insiders, the messages allegedly laid out a timeline for emotional manipulation, public exposure, and strategic leaks designed to humiliate and dismantle his public image. Every friendly gesture, every supportive comment, and every professional interaction allegedly had been orchestrated to maximize the emotional impact once the secrets were revealed. "His loyalty will be his undoing," one alleged text read. "When the storm hits, he'll have no one to turn to," another said. Allegedly, the precision of the plan was almost surgical, designed to leave maximum devastation in real time. Allegedly, the romantic threads between 50 Cent and Remy Ma became even more shocking on the final day. Screens displayed allegedly intimate exchanges, secret meetings, and emotional confessions that suggested years of clandestine love and manipulation. "Every time he looks, he sees nothing. We've hidden ourselves perfectly," one text allegedly read. "He thinks he owns loyalty, but it's our weapon," another added. Allegedly, every message was designed not just to reveal romance, but to humiliate Papoose publicly, psychologically, and emotionally. Allegedly, social media had already caught wind of parts 1 and 2, and by the third day, millions were glued to live streams and gossip threads, replaying the revelations and dissecting every message. Allegedly, fan reactions ranged from shock to disbelief to outrage. Allegedly, hashtags exploded with phrases like hashtag secret love exposed, hashtag courtroom betrayal, and hashtag Papoose humiliated, trending globally as the scandal spread like wildfire. Allegedly, journalists reported feeling physically tense just documenting the aftermath, the energy in the courtroom described as electric, suffocating, and emotionally volatile. Allegedly, the final folder revealed what insiders described as the ultimate betrayal, messages allegedly plotting long-term influence, emotional leverage, and narrative control. demonstrating that every affectionate gesture and whispered confession had allegedly been part of a calculated scheme. "He'll take the fall. We stay untouchable," one alleged text warned. Another allegedly read, "Every tear he sheds will serve us, and no one will suspect us." Allegedly, the courtroom reportedly shook with murmurs, cameras capturing Papooses' silent agony, Remy Ma's frozen stare, and 50 Cent's cold, calculating smile. Allegedly, the emotional devastation was magnified by intimate recordings of private moments, allegedly revealing confessions that crossed the line between love and strategy. Allegedly, these audio files captured whispered planning sessions, secret promises, and the chill. Allegedly, as the gavel finally fell, insiders claimed the public spectacle had reached a climax of tragedy, scandal, and viral drama. Allegedly, every journalist, every social media user, every gossip outlet immediately replayed the texts, recordings, and alleged plans for analysis, debate, and speculation. Allegedly, millions reportedly watched in awe and horror as a love story, a friendship, and public loyalty were weaponized for emotional destruction. Allegedly, outside the courtroom, the gossip world exploded. Headlines allegedly screamed, "Secret romance exposed, loyalty betrayed, Papoose humiliated, 50 Cent's master plan revealed." Allegedly, millions dissected every leaked text, every whispered audio clip, and every strategically crafted message. Allegedly, viewers reported being unable to look away, caught in a viral spectacle of scandal, heartbreak, and manipulation that felt almost cinematic in its intensity. Allegedly, as Part 3 concluded, insiders described the emotional fallout as permanent. Allegedly, Papooses' reputation, personal trust, and emotional stability were left in ruins. Allegedly, Remy Ma's public persona became a lightning rod for outrage and fascination. Allegedly, 50 Cent allegedly walked out not just as a witness, but as a central figure in one of the most shocking celebrity court scandals ever, a man who had allegedly weaponized love, secrecy, and betrayal for ultimate emotional impact. Allegedly, the story left millions of viewers with an uneasy question: who really held power in this triangle, and who was truly the victim? Allegedly, the emotional devastation, secret love, and public exposure combined into a saga of tragedy, scandal, and viral-level drama that the world would allegedly talk about for years to come. Allegedly, the triangle of 50 Cent, Remy Ma, and Papoose had allegedly been transformed forever, leaving fans, insiders, and the public shocked, horrified, and completely captivated by the ultimate courtroom scandal. Allegedly, this scandal didn't just dominate headlines, it allegedly rewrote the rules of celebrity, loyalty, and emotional warfare, proving that in the world of fame, no secret is safe, no love is purely innocent, and no betrayal is ever truly hidden. Allegedly, millions of viewers continued to relive the courtroom saga, analyzing every line, every whisper, every betrayal, confirming that this explosive, emotionally charged scandal would remain viral forever. Allegedly, what just went down in that courtroom is going to haunt the industry for years. Every secret, every hidden message, every whispered confession was laid bare for the world to see. 50 Cent didn't just leak texts, he detonated an emotional bomb that ripped through loyalty, trust, and love in a way nobody could have anticipated. Allegedly, Papoose sat frozen, exposed, humiliated, his reputation dismantled piece by piece while the world watched in disbelief. Allegedly, Remy Ma's role in this alleged secret love story and calculated betrayal left jaws dropping and social feeds exploding. Millions of fans are already replaying the footage, dissecting every word, every emoji, every strategy that allegedly turned private desire into public destruction. Allegedly, this isn't just gossip, it's a full-scale scandal, a tragedy that blends romance, manipulation, and revenge in a way that feels both shocking and surreal. Every angle, every hidden motive, and every emotional punch is now out in the open, leaving no one untouched, no narrative untwisted, and no secret unexposed. Allegedly, the fallout is only beginning. The court may have adjourned, but the world is still digesting the betrayal, the scheming, and the heartbreak. Allegedly, debates are raging across social media, and millions are questioning who really had control, who really loved, and who was simply a pawn in a game far bigger than anyone realized. Allegedly, the explosive truth is out, and the consequences are unstoppable. The scandal will dominate headlines, social media, and conversations for weeks. Allegedly, this is more than drama, it's history in the making, a case that proves in the world of fame, no secret is safe and no loyalty is guaranteed. Allegedly, the question now is simple: will the industry forgive, or will the scars of this emotional war last forever? Watch closely, because every message, every revelation, every shocking twist is a lesson in betrayal, power, and the cost of secrets. Allegedly, this is the scandal everyone will be talking about tomorrow, next week, and for years to come.